Man, I'm so glad you are here. We're going to talk about one of my favorite topics. Okay, wait a minute. We all know that every topic's my favorite topic, pretty much. I had a quote the other day that I just love. It makes me giggle. And so maybe you saw it on the Better Human daily quote, and it went something like this: Your ego is not your amigo. Think about that. Your ego is not your amigo. It's not your friend. It can get you into a little bit of trouble. Actually, it can get you into a lot of trouble. I talk about Patrick Lencioni and how he talks about the three things he found after he interviewed 1,000 Fortune 500 companies. What were the three things that made them really successful? And it was that they stayed humble, hungry, and smart. And when you let your ego get out of control because you feel like you're all that, you're the best, you're at the top of your game, no one's better, no one's smarter, you stop listening to people, you stop growing, you stop reading, you stop changing because you feel like, man, I am good, I've arrived. If you hear me speak over the years, you'll hear me say, people will say, well, you're the vice president of the largest builder in Idaho, and you've written 3 books, and you're an author, and you speak all over, and man, you've arrived. And I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? I have not arrived. I've done some fun things, and I am so grateful and so appreciative for this ride and for this life and all these opportunities that I have and have had. But I'm far from done. I'm far from done. Right? What does Sam Parker say? Keep rising, keep reaching. And when you let your ego decide that people are lucky to have me, and I'm this and this, and I deserve this, and you should give me this, and if you start feeling that way, I want you to remember that your ego is not your amigo. Something is out of whack. At the top of my quote, it said this: check yourself before you wreck yourself. And I think that's important. Gary Vee, I talk about as well, that being self-aware, understanding that yes, you may have mastered a certain level, or maybe you're good at this certain thing, but just know that you can change and you can be better and you can learn from other people, and it doesn't mean that you're the absolute best. I can't say that I'm the absolute best writer on the planet or speaker. I see speakers that speak and my mind is blown. I'm like, man, I gotta pick up my game. I heard Juliet Funt, Whitespace from Whitespace, speak at LeaderCast this year. Blew my mind. That woman is an amazing speaker. All I had was humble and love and gratitude for someone showing me that I can be so much better, that I've got to keep growing and stretching and working. How about when you read an amazing book? Me as an author, I'm like, holy shit, I got to do more. I got to do better. I got to keep reading and growing and stretching myself. How about from home builders? I look at home builders from all over the nation, and I am just in awe and in love and just want to clap and say, wow, can you show me? Can you give me more? Can you do more? That's what humble, hungry, and smart looks like. That's not that I'm the number, we work for the #1 builder in Idaho. We're the best, we're the top, we're the it. We don't need to look at any other builders. We don't need to search. I don't need to go to conferences. I don't need to keep reading we're the best. No, that's where your ego gets you in trouble. And so this is just a friendly reminder. I want you, one, to love who you are, where you've been, how far you've come, and what you've done. Appreciate that. Give yourself some street cred on that one for sure. But then I want you to realize to keep your ego in check and realize that you can do more, that you can be more and have more, and you can keep changing and learning and growing, and that you haven't arrived. I'm never going to arrive. I'm going to keep evolving and changing and learning this whole ride. And I want the same thing for you. So check yourself before you wreck yourself and make sure that your ego is in check. So when your ego is in check, you are more apt to listen to others. You are more open to change, more open to growing, to trying something new. That's kind of the big difference to me. When your ego has taken over, you don't listen to others. You don't ask for feedback. You stop serving and giving because you think you have it all, which you don't. If one of the biggest things I could hopefully give to everyone and talk about is that you have this kind of serving heart, this serving mentality, so that when you're serving and giving to others, it comes back to you. And that's what you're going for, right? You want to give out and serve and love and share with as many people as you can, because that's all I'm doing right now, so that it all comes back to you, so that you're open to listening. You're opening to growing, to changing, to trying something new. Because that's when things get really, really great. When you let your ego take over, you hit a ceiling, in my opinion. You kind of stop yourself. It's kind of like you keep bumping up against this and can't understand why you're not going further or doing more. It's because people kind of turn you off. They stop listening to you because they've realized that you're kind of like this, one-hit wonder, or this, person that really hasn't changed their spiel or done anything new or great. I don't really care what you did yesterday or last week or last month. I want to know where you're going and where you're headed. People with low ego, people that are humble, are going to go the furthest. They really are. The people who are really hung up on themselves and their ego and those type of things, man, like I said, there's a ceiling and it stops. Be giving, be loving, be serving. Those are the game changers. But when you let your ego drive, all those things stop. So remember, your ego is not your amigo. Kind of think about your life today and how you interact with everyone. Are you humble? Are you giving? Are you serving? Are you giving out enough love today? Or is it all about you and what you've accomplished and where you've been and your stories and what you want to do? Think about that. I want you to be outward focused and not inward focused. People with high egos, people who think that they've arrived and they're done, it's all about them and it's inward focused. I want to know today, are you outward focused? Are you serving and giving and learning and sharing with everyone that you come in contact with? That's what I want to know. Man, I have loved hanging with you. As always, you're a flat good time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for spending time with me. Thanks for checking yourself before you wreck yourself. Get out there. Have the best day. Unload. Man, we need you. Mwah.